find record. Oh, you have to give me permission to record it, or can you do that?
I've started recording.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, I don't need to worry then. All right, so I want to talk about environmental contaminants tonight. So really, they're everywhere, in the air outside, the air inside, they're in our food, our water, it's everywhere. I think that was something like 86,000 new chemicals being released in the last 50 years. So because they've only been around for the last 50 years, then the human body is not physiologically prepared to excrete those chemicals. It's in some cases not even able to do it at all. And so many of these chemicals are accumulating in our body. And so what I wanted to talk about tonight, and now we're going to get caught, is a group of chemicals called xenoestrogens. Now, xenoestrogens are becoming an increasing concern within medicine because they're competing with our normal hormonal receptor sites. They can attach onto the cell wall, and in some cases they're even able to get into the nucleus and interact with our DNA. So this can create a few different results. What it can do is it can increase the hormonal activity, it can block the hormonal function, or it can cause like a skewed, unpredictable response. We don't know where that's going to go. So there's now more and more evidence that it's what's one of the causes of driving estrogen dominance. So estrogen dominance is what's behind diseases like fibroids, ovarian cysts, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and endometriosis. Now, all of these slides that you'll see tonight all got references down the bottom if you want to read further about it. Be warned, it's pretty sobering reading some of it. So the other clanger is, look at this, 50% reduction in sperm levels since 1973. They've been monitoring it all that time, and not only is it there a 50% reduction, but it's continuing to go down. So, like, I love the look of this guy. He just looks like such a beautiful soul, and I would just love to sit down and have a cup of tea with him, but a fireman he is not. Testosterone is what men are made of. It's something that interacts with their muscles, their bones, right down into their bone marrow. All their organs interacts with testosterone. So we can't really be replacing all this stuff with pretend estrogen, actually, without some kind of really serious consequences. So what happens is that when the human body gets something that it doesn't know what to do with or how to excrete, that it puts it into your fat cells. And the more chemicals that you accumulate, the more fat cells you accumulate. And so I've put this slide in here because I want to remind everyone of how important it is that you're all getting your customers to detox, all these weight loss customers. I mean, they have to detox because when the fat cell breaks down, there's a myriad of things that can be released. And this is why some of the people are saying to you, oh, I feel really sick and it's making me feel worse and stuff. It's because they're having like a toxic crisis. So they really need to almost start detoxing before they start losing weight. Obviously, eating organic is really the way to go. I mean, organic soil has been built up and it's rich and it's full of nutrients so that the plants can survive the pests. By its very nature, it's going to be a better source of food, because it's not just the problem with the nutrients in the food, it's also what they're doing to our food. I mean, everything is pretty much being sprayed with glyphosate now, and they tell us that Roundup is safe for the humans because we don't have this thing called a syzygic pathway, but our gut bacteria does. So when we eat food that's been in contact with Roundup, it's going to be killing off our gut bacteria. This is the reason why we're getting so many problems with our digestive system. And our immune system is sitting right there in our digestive tract. So it can be also triggering all sorts of autoimmune disorders. Try and eat as clean as you can. It's a wonderful, wonderful start. Everyone should be getting into these products. So I have a scoop of all of this every day in a shake. Tastes like a Jaffa. I just love it. But you've got an amazing protein shake here that doesn't put any strain on the digestive tract. It's a pea protein, so it's not casein based. It doesn't have any gluten. There's nothing in there that's going to trigger any sort of reaction. And then the Giving Greens, I mean, is everybody getting into this product? That is amazing. All those nutrients and all those enzymes that are in these two things. Like I say, I have a shake of this every day. I really, really love it. I love the chocolate one. I don't even like chocolate, and I love that. And this Beauty Boost, sometimes I take that just with mineral water and I put it in a wine glass if I want to feel really posh. But that stuff really, really affects your skin. So support your gut. Get into all these products. It's such a great way to get really good nutrition into your kids. And we'll just get back to xenoestrogens now. So I'll just touch just a little bit on...
Sorry, Pam, we just didn't see that slide with the products that you were talking about.
Here?
Yeah, the last slide that we all saw, that's it. That's the one that... yeah, so they're the products you were talking about. All we could see was the aeroplane over the field.
Oh, well, stop. Oh, here's me rabbiting on and I was swirling around and everything. So the Pure Nourish is the one. It's a pea-based protein shake, and it doesn't strain the digestive tract because it's really, really easy for it to digest those amino acids, or like to break the protein down into amino acids. And that's got lots and lots of enzyme support in there as well. And the Giving Greens is just a really great source of nutrition. I mean, you've got all that great nutrition and none of the rubbish, no toxins. And what I love about this is you don't have to fight with the kids about, eating broccoli. No kid likes broccoli, but it's a good food, it's a really, really good food. So, yeah, a scoop of everything tastes like a Jaffa. I love it. Every day I have one of those. So let's get back to xenoestrogens, okay? So, now this is the slide I was referring to about the decrease in the age of puberty. 100 years ago, the average age of puberty was 14.2 years, and now it's 9 years. And they're seeing evidence of 7 and 8 year olds going into puberty now. So this is a really, really massive concern within medicine. Little kids need to have frontal lobe development before they start dealing with hormones. And I mean, hormones, it's a challenge. And yeah, I'm so concerned about this problem. I think that the repercussions that happens later, like throughout the whole life. And so the more that we can get all this stuff out of our bodies or not even let it in, the better off we're all going to be as a species. It's starting to become an issue like that. So my suspicion for the kids with puberty, I mean, it's not just this issue, it's going to be all the xenoestrogens, but this is a really big source of it. So in the late 90s, they started raising concerns about bisphenol A, and you can see here all the things that bisphenol A is in, and I've highlighted a couple of them because people might not be aware of it. Receipts, I don't handle receipts at all. People ask me, do you want one? And I'm like, no, thanks very much. So, you know, just be really aware that this stuff is still out there in the environment. Another thing would be the top of coffee cups is probably the worst source of that. So we've been taught since the plastic bottles came out that, you know, all right, bisphenol A may be a bit of an issue, and all right, we're not going to let it be in baby bottles anymore and all that stuff, but that the PET bottles were okay. So that was the number one label, recycling label on the bottom of it. But there has been evidence in the last few years that's come out that that is not the case, that something is leaching out of the PET plastic into the bottle, and it is raising estrogen levels. So this is actually from Germany, this study, and they had snails in glass container and the PET container, and the ones that were in the PET container grew more embryos in there, so they're very sensitive to estrogen. So you can read about that article right there if you want to. But this is the really big claimer. Last year in March, WHO released a study that was done by a not-for-profit called Orb Media, so you can see the name of it there, Orb, and they tested all these different 250 different bottled waters from all around the world. None of it was from Australia, but what they found was that in every bottle there were tiny little pieces of plastic breaking off from the lid. Thousands of them, not a small amount, absolutely thousands. And 95% of these microplastics were small enough to enter the bloodstream, small enough to get into the liver, small enough to be circulated around. And if they're able to leach an estrogen-like, I don't know, chemical out of them, I think this is where we're getting a lot of the problem with the kids, is because they're drinking bottled water all the time. And sometimes it's been sitting in the car all day, so it's hot bottled water. There's a reference down there. It's got this amazing picture of this bottle with orange dye in it, and it's showing all the microplastics in it. But we all have a solution in our hands. I'm not sure everybody understands how amazing these bottles actually are. Be a warrior for the environment. Stop all this plastic getting out there. So parabens are a xenoestrogen that is used in personal care products as a preservative. There's all the different names of the different parabens that you'll find on the label, and these are all the different things that they're found in, like pretty much everything that we use. So the problem with parabens is that, and this is a recent study, they examined the breast tissue from 40 different mastectomies in the UK over a 2-year period, and they found that 99% of the breast tumours had parabens present, and 70-something% had every single paraben present in the actual tumour. So that's just like, oh my God. And the next thing that we're very deeply concerned about with parabens is that if a woman is pregnant and gets parabens into her body, or an unborn male fetus gets parabens, then his whole reproductive system is slow down in its development. The testes defend a lot slower, and the growth of everything is much slower, and that child has lower testosterone levels in its life. Parabens are not good. Phthalates. Now, phthalates are things that make plastic more softer and flexible, but the problem is that they're not chemically bound to the plastic. So if something comes in contact with them, they can just kind of float off and go into it, like food. And all of our plastic containers that all our takeaway food in is leaching all this crap out of it. The worst thing is going to be the lid on coffees, because you think about how hot your coffee actually is, and it goes up and it's leaching phthalates and BPA down into your coffee. So, you know, you're just going to have to really be careful and to make much, much better choices with, you know, what you eat and how you carry it around. Phthalates are everywhere. They're the things that make a new car smell like a new car. They're pretty much in everything. All the plastic things, everything but today we're going to focus on like shampoo and personal care. The problem with phthalates is that they reduce thyroid functions. So when you're doing the training, you can pause this recording later and have a look at all the different things that your thyroid affects. But pretty much it's the metabolic rate of every cell in your body. So you really don't want to be messing with the thyroid, because it's a higher hormone. It's up higher in the hormonal system. And if you put strain on it, then it reflects down into the sex hormones and causes all sorts of problems with it. A lot of estrogen dominance disorders are associated with low thyroid function. They go hand in hand. Once you start messing with the hormonal system, it flows onto the other glands. Sulfates are the things that make the bubbles and the foam, and they're the things that actually clean the hair, I suppose, or clean your body. Now, sulfates themselves can be like irritating and a little bit itchy. Some people, you know, have skin reactions to it. These are all the different names that they're called, but sulfate itself is not a problem. It's the fact that it goes through this process and it ends up being associated with this known carcinogen, 1,4-dioxane. It's to do with the laureth losing the earth at the end of it. So if you look here, anything that has an earth in it is not good. So we all love a bubble bath. Little kids love a bubble bath, but think about it. The water's warm. Your blood vessels under your skin are dilated. So you put sodium laureth, they've put sodium laureth sulfate in the bubble bath because they don't want it to sting little kids' eyes. But what's happening is that you're adding all these other carcinogens. And if you want to read about it, there's the reference. But I'm, never going to put my grandkids in a bubble bath again. Triclosan. Now, this story is a clanger, an absolute clanger. Triclosan is an antimicrobial that was in all personal care, soap, shampoos, conditioners, shaving creams, everything. And they're so concerned about it interacting with the thyroid that they took it out of all of the soaps, the shampoos, the conditioners, everything, except for one extremely popular toothpaste. Now think about that. What they're saying is that it's not safe to be on your skin, but for some reason it's okay to hold it in your mouth. I mean, who's in charge of this stuff? That just blows my mind, that one. Look in your cupboard and see if you've got triclosan in your toothpaste. Fluoride, well, I'm talking about toothpaste. I'm just going to go through a little fluoride discussion. So what we're looking at, fluoride accumulates as well, and certainly if kids eat the toothpaste, then that's something that they need to go and have their stomach pumped out for, like it's actually a toxic dose of it. And what happens is that it can accumulate and it causes these little white spots in people's teeth, or it can even cause like quite a discoloration. Now, you think, all right, that's just a cosmetic issue, but it's not. This is what the whole skeleton looks like. So it's created this almost fragile skeleton. And because fluoride has got this affinity to calcium, it does, it can cause all sorts of issues with calcium metabolism in your body. So like the powers that be, the people that put or have made a decision to fluoridate our water are using the argument that it reduces dental cavities, but in fact, if you look here, this is a study, and I think it starts, oh God, I can't, it's a long one. It's like, I don't know, 30-year study or something. It is showing here that these are all the incident of cavities is decreasing, but this are all the countries in the world that don't have fluoride in their water, and they're having exactly the same experience. So it's got nothing to do with fluoride. The only country that's bucking the trend is Mexico. I don't know what's going on in Mexico. We'll have to ask the Mexican girls. But yeah, in my opinion, it shouldn't be in the water, and little kids should not be cleaning their teeth with this thing in there. So you're all going to find this slide pretty funny. I know that. I hate to think what's in that bottle that guy is actually holding. But what this slide isn't showing you is that women are much higher risk of being exposed to all these chemicals because they use on average about 15 products. I mean, you count how many products you use a day. It's quite a lot. So all those xenoestrogens are in all your personal care. So, like, I'm not telling you all this stuff to try and freak you out because, we have this really, really amazing solution at our fingertips now. And the reason why I wanted to explain the seriousness of all of those chemicals that are associated, it's in everything. And our skin is a carrier. It's not a true barrier. We do absorb stuff from our skin. So ARIIX have done all the work for you. They've put together all of the good and none of the bad. There's no sulfates, there's no parabens, there's no phthalates, there's no foaming agents or surfactants. Here's the range. We have a shampoo, a conditioner, a body wash and a toothpaste, and it's safe for the whole family, from little new ones right up to the elderly. So the shampoo uses a sugar-based and essential oil system that it really effectively cleans your hair. The conditioner has a shea butter, some herbal extracts, and it's fortified with panthenols so that it really strengthens and protects your hair. And I'm very sensitive to stuff in products like this, and I find this is it's fabulous, really, really good shampoo and conditioner. And I'm sure you're going to hear lots of testimonials from the professionals in our group. The body wash is amazing. Truly, truly, truly is amazing. It's got an essential oil fragrance system that it's just, they say it's like a spa experience, but it is. And this is my testimonial, Jen. I have used I investigated all this stuff. I know about all these chemicals, and so I've been using this sandalwood-based soap for more than 30 years, I would say. Got to be at least that long. And I have officially retired my sandalwood soap because I love this product. And the toothpaste. Oh my God, the toothpaste. The toothpaste, they've combined calcium carbonate and hydrated silica, and it really cleans your teeth. Like, I'm amazed at how clean they are. And then you've just got this nice mild peppermint flavour in your mouth at the end of it. So I'm pretty excited to hear how much everyone loves these products, and we've all been enjoying them for the last 10 days or so. Yeah, so I'm going to be buying packs for all my family, make sure the grandkids are not getting any of that nasty crap in their little bodies. I don't want their hormones to be messed up. So, all right, there you go. Voila. Oh, you're still recording it. I'm going to hand it back to you now, Jim. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me? Sorry, mate. Just let me bring this up.
Yeah, now I can.
And
I thought you were playing Patience on your phone or something.
No, I'm going to switch back to this screen now. Hopefully it'll turn back to this screen. Yep. So some great information there. Thanks very much, Pam. I think everybody should give you a round of applause. That was great information.
Yeah, a lot of research on. I think I spent about 8 days on it, actually. Mm.
Well, what I thought I would do is, so you introduced the range, which is awesome. And let's see if I can bring this up. I hope these other things aren't on the screen, but so that's the range. And so this is the reference if you want to take a screenshot of this. This is Pam's YouTube, which is a condensed version of what she just shared with us. And I'll leave that screen up for a few minutes. I might also put that link onto the ARIIX Australia Facebook page as well, so that you can see that. But there's some great information there. And we do have some wonderful people in our organisation that are very skilled. They're professionals. They can talk about things that I can't talk about as a general manager because, you know, I'm not qualified in that area. And so I'm really grateful for Pam and others in the company that share their information.
Hey guys, Amanda Kate Gutierrez here. So I am excited to share with you guys some news about our awesome new Revive range that is about to be launched. So I have had the pleasure of testing out these products in the range for the last week, and I am so blown away by them. I have to say I was skeptical in the beginning as to if the shampoo and conditioner would be something for me. So I have a background of hair and beauty for over 20 years. So these type of shampoos that are all natural, I thought, oh, this may not be for me with my coloured hair. I have to say I actually love it. I feel like it's one of the nicest shampoos that I may have ever used on my hair. My hair is obviously very bleached and, you know, not in the best condition, but I can't believe how good it has been on my hair. I also have fine hair, and I'm due for a colour right now. I'm actually overdue, and I can't believe how good my hair is looking today. So I washed it last night. I didn't blow dry it. I let it dry naturally. I woke up this morning and just run the straightener over it. And I am just stoked with this shampoo and conditioner range. My hair feels so soft. I've been saying to everyone, feel my hair, feel how soft it is. So I'm stoked. But what else I love about it,
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Give me 2 seconds.
is that I've been using it on all 3 of my children, including the baby, and also my husband's used it and loved it as well. So it's something that's so simple our whole family can use. There's no nasties in it, and that's what I absolutely love. So really great for all different hair types, from what I've seen as well. So I also asked my mum to use it because I wanted to gather another testimony, and she rang me yesterday to give me her feedback, and she said she is really thrilled with what it's done with her hair. She has really fine hair that also gets a bit flat and oily at times, and she said after using this shampoo and conditioner, her hair stayed better than usual, and it lasted for 3 days before she needed to wash it, when normally every second day she really needs to wash her hair. So we are loving the shampoo and conditioner. I love the packaging. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really modern and trendy. Comes with the pump, so really handy for people to use. The body wash has also been fantastic for the whole family. So again, one product, instead of us all having our different types, it's safe for all of us. So they smell really nice, really fresh. The men can use it as well because it doesn't have a real feminine smell, so really good for everyone. The toothpaste is also something that I'm really excited for. No nasty toxins in it. So, you know, it's safe for the kids to use. You don't have to worry about them swallowing it and being in danger. So really, really great line of products for whole family. So I'm so excited for you guys to all try this. I know you're going to love it. It's just going to make simplicity for the whole family, especially if you're traveling. You don't have to carry all different ranges for different people. So I can't wait for you guys to try it all. See you soon.
Thanks, Amanda. So that's Amanda. She's one of our partner council members and a young mum, and so it's great to get, you know, rather than me just tell you, you know, how good the product is, actually get people in the field to use it. We'll go to our next slide now.
This is Eva Bergström. What I'm doing, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. I'm just trying this new Revive shampoo and conditioners from ARIIX, and oh my gosh, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. I washed my body with a Revive body wash. Yes, it was so beautiful feeling. I hate using soap. Did you know that soap is not very good for your skin? You actually have to use something like a body wash. It's much better for you. And first time when I use the shampoo, first it doesn't lather very much, so I use it very little bit, and then I rinse it, and then I use it a little bit more afterwards, second time, and then it starts lathering better. And what I remember from hairdressing days, that really good shampoo doesn't lather very easily. So I'm loving it. So I go and wash this off, and I'll come and show you when I blow dry my hair. Hey everyone, I'm back. So what I've done now, I have used the Revive hair conditioner. So that one was so amazing. I had a little bit of detangling hair because I color my hair a little bit blonder than it naturally is, and it detangles very easily. So I used the conditioner, and it was so easy. It just easily smoothed it away. Also, what I would love to teach is a lot of people, when they shampoo their hair, they actually shampoo the hair itself. You don't have to do that. You can just shampoo the scalp. Focus on shampooing the scalp really well. Rest of it will take care of itself. So now I am definitely going to start blow drying my hair. Hey everyone, now I have blow dried my hair, and absolutely love it. Look at it, silky smooth, just amazing. Amazing. Love this cleaning out. Beautiful. How's that looking from the back? Looking nice and silky. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Beautiful shampoos and conditioners. So now I literally have to rush to my dental appointment. I have my gums checked once a month, and I've been using that Revive toothpaste. And so I can't wait to hear what my dentist is going to say about my teeth health. So thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Ava. That was a great example, actually in situ, which was really, really good. So not to have this, you know, dominated by all of our lovely ladies, we do have a male testimonial.
Hey guys, Mossy here, and I'm here to give you my testimonial on our new Revive range, which includes a body wash, scrub, shampoo, and conditioner, and toothpaste, which I've just been brushing my teeth with. So first things first, if you're looking for something that's fantastically beautifully scented and, you know, really flavoursome, this product probably isn't the best for that side, and in a lot of cases I don't really care what it smells or tastes like. The thing that I love about these products is that the toxins have been removed. All that bad stuff that goes in it has been removed. So if you're simply looking for something for your family that is safe, that you know that you can give to your children, which is the most important thing, then I would highly recommend. If you're looking for something more floral or more sweet or more beautifully fragranced, then this isn't for you. So from me, it's over and out, and they do what they do, and they do a good job. Thanks guys, bye. Brush, brush, brush. Always remember to brush your teeth.
Yeah, so there you go. That's Nathan giving his experience with the product. So I guess, you know, the $1 million question is, you know, Jimbo, what's it going to cost me? And I'm really excited. There's a couple of other slides I will add probably next week. But remember, this is salon quality product, and so here are the prices for members. One of the things that is really exciting is that we have a 2-pack, which is sensationally priced. And as I was talking about this today with a couple of our leaders, they were really impressed with the fact that we do have a 2-pack, which makes it, you know, more cost effective. And then of course we have a 1-pack as well. So if you were buying this for the first time, I would recommend that you go with one of the packs. So that's pretty much it. And as you know, with our owners, those of you who experienced Fred at the breakthrough event in Perth, our owners want us to have fun whenever we get together. And I thought, how can I make this presentation fun? I mean, Pam's presentation was great, but gee, you know, when you hear about how we're being polluted and stuff like that. So for those of you who don't know, my background is in sort of sales and marketing. And there was one of the most successful ad campaigns in Australia had to do with the hair care product. So what I thought I'd do to make this fun, and please don't report me to, you know, the ad people or anything like that, was I thought I would take that ad and sort of tweak it to be a little bit Revive specific.
New Revive. Yes, New Revive. New Revive. The family shampoo.
Yeah, so you can probably see why I didn't get a job in advertising or singing for that matter. But that concludes our ARIIX Live presentation for this evening. Our next one, we will also be launching another product and giving you more product information, and that's on the Jove Night Cream. And so we're looking forward to that. And we will also have, for those of you who may be wondering, okay, Jimbo, how do I start sharing ARIIX? We will have a brief presentation from one of our people who are very, very effective in recruiting and bringing new people into ARIIX as well. So I'd like to thank everybody for their time, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Pam. We really appreciate your efforts, and we've got the list of our prize winners there, and you'll get your box of drops. Like I said, they will be a little bit dinged up, but the product inside is perfectly well. Thank you for all our New South Wales and Victorian people for staying up late. It's almost the end of daylight saving here, where everybody returns to normal hours, Queensland hours, and the curtains won't fade and the cows will milk on time and everything will be great. So thank you all, and we'll see you on our next call.
Thank you so much, Jimbo and Eva and Pam. Fabulous. Sorry I was a little bit late, but that was fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks very much.
Bye. Thank you. Yeah.
Good
Night. Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
On your Bethy.
Bye.
Yeah.
This from the dancing thing.
What do you mean?
We have a few people that want to continue dancing. I can put them back on.
Beth wants to keep dancing, don't you, Beth? See ya.
Good night, everyone. Last chance to say good night to everyone. Good on you, Lily.
Bye.
Night.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
See ya.
Pam.
See you, Paula.
Thanks, Pam. That was brilliant.
See you, Abigail.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Pam. It was great.
Terrific. See you, Tiff, all the way out there in St George. See you, mate.
Thanks so much.